In this video, we're looking at the high-resolution 3D seabed charts produced by Seafield Navigation for the TurboWin family of fishing plotting software. That's the TurboWin, EasyWin, SoloWin and Yachtliner family of software. They can all have 3D modules added to them, and these charts are compatible with those software products. At the end of the video, we'll put up a list of national outlets where you can source these products and charts from. Whether you're in Ireland, France, Spain, UK, Belgium, Holland, Denmark, Norway, Faroe, Iceland, doesn't matter. You can have these products. The coloured boxes that you see here are the areas covered in the high resolution charts with soundings roughly every boat length. The larger grey box that you see around the outside is the area covered by our infill charts, where there aren't high resolution surveys carried out. There are lower resolution surveys that we've accessed to draw in the gaps between the survey mosaics. We've broken down Northern Europe into about 28 different folios. So today we're going to start down with the Skelligs and take a look in there with the high resolution charts. I'll just switch off the areas. Okay, the left-hand screen that you see, the left-hand half of the image is a 3D representation of the bottom, seabed bottom. You can zoom in here. And you can see that there's a lot of detail here that are not shown on the surface navigation charts. We're zooming in here, we're down to under 700 meters to the screen. You can see that there's some very robust seabed features here. The pale box that you see in the 3D image is the outside box of the 2D navigation screen on the right hand image. The rest of the image is filled in from the data stored on the system. So it's giving you roughly 5 or 6 times the surface area that you're seeing on your navigation screen. Up here you've got the vertical gain applied to the soundings, in this case 4.2, depending on the shape of the seabed. Minimum maximum depth expressed in fathoms here. It can be in meters or feet if you want. This tells you how much zoom in you have. You can zoom right into these structures. The arrow indicates the tilt of the image. If you're looking up like that and you see a mesh, you're looking at the seabed from underneath it. So turn it the right way up. Always look down on the seabed. And this indicator here is a north indicator, the blue tip indicating north. So as you rotate the image, it will orientate you. On the right hand image, the surface navigation, we've coloured the chart with bathymetry lines. The tighter they are spaced together, the steeper the face of the object. The colouring is from the 3D image, so the lighter the green, the shallower it is, the deeper the blue, the deeper it is. You put a cursor on here, we're looking at 27 fathoms on the top of that peak, and the gully is 59 fathoms. We'll zoom out. We'll change the image slightly. Everybody likes to work with images slightly differently. Sometimes it's the colour they want, sometimes it's the bathymetry lines they want. Out on the edge of the high resolution mapping, we finish the high resolution at about 100 fathoms depth. We start to go into the deeper water, and you can see these features starting to, these channels starting to jump out at you. They're dropping down to 300 fathoms and deeper, 600 fathoms and way beyond that. That happens in a very short space of time, and very steep. So again, it shows you these seabed gullies. I'm sure there's many different species of fish down in these. So if you're long lining or gill netting, you'll be looking for the edge, top of the edge, and maybe further down the bank. We'll go up into Galway Bay here. Take a look at this shallow area here. Again, we can see the detail on the images. Sheer cliff faces, the sounding lines, the isobars, isolines are spaced at 1 meter. So we're looking at something 20 meters, 25 meters high, poking out the seabed here. A very layered strata of rocks. You can see them lying down like dominoes that have fallen over. And again, as you zoom in, you can see these small gullies that can be worked with static gear in very high detail. So you can make a plan for your day's work before you leave the harbour. We're going to take a look out here. We'll go to the 3D imagery of that, and we can see that there are lots of these bridges of rock running east-west, roughly. They've also been cut by these north-south lines as well. We'll just keep on going further north and further out a little bit. We're coming to the edge of the Galway folio here. Sometimes you can get a little bit disorientated. Do a right click on the 3D image, north up. Zoom in here. We've seen these flats, areas of seabed, meeting this confused area of shallower water. Flat areas at 35 fathoms. The broken up area of seabed starts to come in at about 25 fathoms. So if you're doing whatever kind of fishing you're doing. Let's take a look in here. So you've got a big hole in the seabed here, roughly 700 meters across. Very flat in the bottom. 1 meter contours indicate that this is a very flat piece of seabed. Everything's sitting here about 33, 34 fathoms. And then you're into these steep-sided enclosing walls, very steep-sided. With a gentle run in. And this slope here starting to get shallower and shallower. In these big flat areas, what you tend to find is that the sediments will gather in there. So you'll have a mixed fishery in there. You might have prawns to catch in there. Certainly have crab and lobster. But this confused seabed as well is perfect for velvets and crays as well. Take another zoom in here just at this point. Again, if you're working static gear, this information will certainly be quite valuable to you, and you can see why. Okay, we'll stop there. Our next video will go on to Donegal and Malin, the areas, the next areas up the coast, and we'll put up a list of distributors where you can access these products.